Alright guys, welcome back. Let's see what's happening between our borders in county and country.
Their bills paid by insurance. Again, that is something that he has destroyed. He came up with something called the housing levy, ostensibly to construct affordable houses for the people of Kenya. It is not the work of government all over the world to construct houses. Governments put up roads, water, electricity, drainage, sewage. It is the work of the private sector to construct houses. But he has put it by force because he has business interest in company with some Asians to supply cement, steel, and iron sheets.
And in case you are watching this channel for the first time, kindly please click that subscribe buttons, then allow notification buttons to be on. Whenever you're producing a video like this one, YouTube will automatically giving you a notification. And to the subscriber, I really thank you and appreciate you for this support.
So the whole affordable housing scheme is about corruption. It's about conflict of interest. Again, you find in agriculture, all the sugar factories have been sold to Asians in partnership with Kasongo. Last week, despite us having rice in Moya and Ahero that has not been bought, that is in the stores, he has authorized the importation of 5,000 metric tons of rice, duty-free, that will come and kill the rice farmer in Moya and Ahero. So you find, because of state capture, the president is in business in every sector. He is competing with every other businessman. And because of his advantage as president, he has killed all other business people. He's doing all the businesses in Kenya. I remember when we came into office, there's something called e-Citizen. It was an app that was being operated by some private people and doing some little work for government. And when he came, he brought a lot of issues saying it is wrong for anybody in the private sector to collect money on behalf of government. And he said the Ministry of ICT must take up e-Citizen. Little did I know he wanted the owners of e-Citizen to come into the open. So when they came, he negotiated with them, took 80% of the business and said they should continue, and ordered all government services to be onboarded through e-Citizen. Out of every 5 shillings that is paid through e-Citizen, he pockets 3. That is not enough. The Auditor General has reported more than 10 billion shillings collected through e-Citizen cannot be traced. So what is happening in Kenya is that we don't have a government. What we have is a criminal enterprise, theft of public funds, where the president has taken over all the businesses in the country. He's the chief procurement officer, he's the chief accountant, he is a supplier, he is everything. And nobody can ask a question. And that now brings me to explain to you why we fell out. I believed this man because he came with a Bible, and I'm a Christian. I'm the husband of a pastor. So when you come with a Bible and say you are saved, I believed this man. And all the things he told me and told the people of Kenya, we believed. I did not even have an MOU with him. We never wrote any agreement. I believed everything he told me. But when we arrived in government, it's a one-man show. He makes all the decisions. And all these decisions are selfish. It's about him. He's a businessman. He doesn't care for the country. And I started telling him this is wrong. Within a very short time, he captured Parliament. Parliament cannot ask a question. He captured the Senate. They cannot ask a question. He compromised all institutions of oversight. Nobody can ask a question. The only person who remained who could ask a question was Tinga, Raila Odinga. And he told me, we'll look for this man. He loves money. We'll give him some money. He'll also keep quiet. And sure, as December 25 is Christmas, the way, I'm telling you, just as sure as December 25 is Christmas, the way Osinde has explained, the man is eating and hence observing table manners. He cannot speak, his mouth is full. So the two are one and the same. And you know, sometimes we were debating. Okay, William Ruto is a great mistake. It's a mistake we have to live with. We made a mistake. I made a mistake. And I have apologized to the people of Kenya. But what was the alternative? Had we elected Raila Odinga, the same thing would have happened. The two would have crossed ranks. They start eating together the way they are doing today. So we are just saying Kenya was presented with two unpleasant choices. There were two hyenas, but they were different. One without teeth and one with teeth. And I think to a certain extent, President Uhuru Kenyatta was right. Probably we should have gone for the hyena without teeth because it will not finish us in one day. Yeah? Si ingetukula pole pole. Sasa, mimi, Rigathi Gachagua, decided to go for the hyena with the teeth. And it started with me. So somebody was telling me, much as I sympathize with you, nafikiri ni sawa, hii fisi iko na meno ilianza na wewe. Ndio sasa ikujie si? So yesterday I heard David Morales saying that Jubilee can support Raila Odinga if they abandon William Ruto. Raila Odinga and William Ruto are birds of the same feather. None of them is an alternative. We must get rid of the two because they are Kenya's problem. So when he bought Raila Odinga and he kept quiet, then he started stealing everything in the country. Started killing people. And I disagreed with him. And I was left as the only option now to fight for the people of Kenya from within government. Everybody else had been compromised. I was left alone. And I started fighting from within. So when he decided to kill our children, the Gen Z, I said no. And when he insisted and killed them on June 25th, 2024, I went to Mombasa and called a press conference as Deputy President and told him off. And that was our parting shot. We never talked again from that day. We would only communicate in messages because I called him out publicly for killing our children. If Rigathi Gachagua was a selfish man, I would have agreed with William Ruto, like Raila. We sit and eat. Then we finish the country. Today I'll be a very wealthy man. I would have joined him in all the deals. E-Citizen, we do. Fuliza, we do. Medical equipment, we do. Because he was willing to let me eat so that I keep quiet. He was quite happy. In fact, he told me, we wacha mambo mingi bana. We kuja tukule bana. Hii Kenya ni yako. Hii Kenya ilikuliwa na Kenyatta bado isha, ikakuliwa na Moi bado isha, ikakuliwa na Uhuru. We shida yako ni gani? You know? Had I been just another Kenyan, like the Kenyans I see, if I was like Raila Odinga, a selfish person, I would have agreed with William Ruto. I stay as Deputy President. I enjoy the privileges, there are many, and we eat. We finish the country. We let the children die, and I just sit there. But my conscience wouldn't allow. I am not a wealthy man but I'm not a poor person. And I don't need money myself. My children are big, they are working. My wife is here, is a pastor. Nywele yake hata haihitaji 3,000. So, what reason would I had to join William Ruto in a gravity train to finish our country, to steal everything? I said no, and I paid for it, and I'm happy that I became the sacrificial lamb for the people of Kenya. We will fix our country, and I want you to be comfortable in the knowledge that the darkest hour is just before dawn. Our dawn is coming. The mood in the country, people of Kenya have made a decision, and nothing can change that decision. In fact, it's only that it's far away. Ni mbali sana. 2 years is a long time. But we don't have a choice because we are democracy, and we don't want change through unconstitutional means. We want change through the ballot. So what we are asking is Kenyans to persevere, to be resilient, to be patient, and we'll make the change at the right time. I was worried before I came here that the level of impunity by the president is becoming dangerous because people are being killed every day. When we had Sabasaba, the government hired criminals to burn shops, to destroy property under police supervision. Policemen were shooting people without caring. Young children were killed, and the president did not care because there is nobody to ask him any question. And even when we complain, he doesn't care. I am very encouraged that through your efforts, the day before yesterday, the chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, Senator James Rich, tabled a bill in the House calling for a review of the status of Kenya as a non-NATO ally for several reasons. Among them, that William Ruto is working with the terrorist groups, most notably RSF of Sudan, where he is in gold business with Hemeti, and where Kenya supplies arms to go and kill children and women in Sudan. The Americans have complained that he has also been doing business with Al-Shabaab. The Americans have called for investigations on abductions, extrajudicial killings, use of police to attack civilians, and other violation of human rights. And within 90 days, an investigation will begin, and a report to be made within 180 days. And there is real panic in Nairobi. I saw William Ruto today fumbling with words, trying to explain himself, but trying to digress from the real issues. He was saying that the Americans have a problem with him because he's having a relationship with China. And he is having a relationship with China because it's good for the country. But he's running away from the real issues. And because he follows me wherever I am, it is good for me to tell him why the Americans have a problem. Not just the Americans, the people of Kenya. The Americans have just heard the cry of the Kenyan people, and they are raising issues. William Ruto aka Kasongo. Please, the Americans want to have an investigation to unearth your business dealings with Hemeti of RSF in Sudan, where you are doing gold business and in reciprocity supplying arms to the terrorist group to kill women and children in Sudan. You cannot run away with it because we have the evidence. I was your deputy when those meetings took place. I have all the details. And we are giving those details to the Americans. And we are right here in America. And much as you think we are stupid, don't just think we are just here, just moving around. We are also here to put the Kenyan case to the American government and to Congress and to the Senate. William Ruto, you need to know, the Americans want to know why you are working with Al-Shabaab. Why, when you are in Mandera, you met 3 leaders of the Al-Shabaab militia at night to discuss business with them. They want to know why. They also want to know why you have removed the requirement for vetting of non-Kenyans before they are given IDs. The Americans are concerned that suspected terrorists will be registered as Kenyans and they will find their way to America and the rest of the world and create terror in the world. Your decision to suspend vetting of foreigners before they are given registration in Kenya is a threat to world security. And not just the Americans are concerned, Kenyans are concerned too. And this you must answer. You cannot endanger the security of the world because of your business interest. It is true you are doing business with Al-Shabaab, but you cannot endanger world security. The Americans also want to know why, against the Kenya Constitution, you have become the worst violator of human rights in Kenya. Why are you abducting young children? Why are you killing young children? Why did you abduct American, Turkey nationals of American origin who were abducted and disappeared? These are things that are in the radar of the American security system. You can play around with people in Kenya, but you cannot play with the American government. They have you on the radar. And the evidence is everywhere. And you cannot run away from it. So please, don't hide behind China. The issues you need to confront are well known to you. That you have compromised world security in pursuit of business interest. And this time around, you will not escape. You may push people around in Kenya. You may harass everybody in Kenya. But I don't think you have the capacity to harass the American government. And they have you under the radar. You can run, but you cannot hide. Your day is coming. I want to say that the evidence is there. The shoot to kill orders by Kipchumba Murkomen, he cannot deny. Your own order of shooting people in the leg, you cannot deny. So even if you get the PS for Foreign Affairs to issue statements, the evidence is everywhere. And you must be held to account. In fact, the other day when I was here, I was with some senior American leaders last Sunday. And we were watching live a meeting taking place in Muranga, where policemen were beating leaders and they were protecting armed goons. And these American leaders could not believe that it is possible for policemen to attack civilians. They could not believe it. They could not believe that policemen can escort gangs to beat civilian population. William Ruto, that evidence is here in America. And there's no way you can run away from it. And those things will come to light. On that matter, let me appeal to all of you. In your respective states, you have senators, you have elected, you have congressmen, you have elected. Please tell them about Kenya. Tell them to support this bill when it comes to the floor of the House. Give them details of what is happening in Kenya so that they are well informed, so that they can support the bill, so that a review is done. And our request to the American government and the American people, please don't punish Kenya because of the atrocities of William Ruto. Don't withhold military aid to Kenya. Don't withhold sharing of intelligence with Kenya. Don't withdraw all those facilities that come with that privilege of being recognized as an ally of the NATO states. All we are asking the American government to do, once you confirm all these concerns, help us. Don't have sanctions against the people of Kenya or our country. Please, just do the right thing. Impose sanctions on William Ruto as a person, never to come to America. And I think if he does that, that is our problem. Kenya should not suffer because of one person. Let's deal with the person. And I think if the government here can impose sanctions against him, that he cannot come to America and he cannot go to other states that work with America, our problems will be sorted instead of punishing the country because of the actions of one person. Diaspora people, you people are very important partner to any serious administration. In the 70s, coffee was #1 foreign exchange earner for our country. In the 80s, it was overtaken by tea. Tea became #1 foreign exchange earner for our country. In the 90s, both coffee and tea were overtaken by tourism, and it became #1 foreign exchange earner. But as we speak today, all those have been overtaken. The #1 foreign exchange earner for our country, Kenya, are remittances from the diaspora. It is you guys. You are the drivers of our economy. Our economy relies on you. It's the dollars you send home that we use to pay our public debt. It's the dollars that you send home that we use to import products from across the world. It's the dollars that you send home that are running our embassies. Hence, you are a very important stakeholder in the economic development of our country. For those of us who rear dairy animals, the dairy cow, for it to give you milk, you must look after it. And if you don't, it will refuse to give you the milk. You must give it hay, you must give it dairy meal, you must give it lucerne. Nowadays, at home, we are supplying mattresses for cows to sleep on so that they don't feel cold at night. And some farmers are going to an extra mile to make sure the cows are happy and they produce milk, of playing country music of Ken Rogers and Don Williams to the cows.